Second like. First here. Well, welcome, Berna. Good to see you this morning. We'll give it just a quick second here. And you see me? Can you hear me okay? We'll give it just a moment for anyone to come in. So I can get a 5x5, or Berna, if you can. Looks like just you and me. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Just you and me will be okay. Really cool ones. Okay, cool. Hey, is that Mr. Landfill? I can barely see the comments. It's way over there, but that's all right. I'll move it closer here. There we go. Well, good morning, y'all. And to anyone that watches in replay or anything like that, I'm Matt with Grafted Branch Homestead, and welcome back to the Spicy Kitchen. Was that CDB in here? Saying hi. Hey, Steve, good to see you. I guess we'll give just a moment then. Spicy Mom says, drink my coffee. I'll drink my coffee and give it a moment before I hop in. I got two things we're going to do today. We're going to make two DIYs here. The chickens are celebrating today because I went out and whispered to them this morning that they don't have to be Thanksgiving dinner. We'll just do some deviled eggs instead. So they're excited. They're celebrating today, and we got a little something for them. Hopefully you guys are doing good. It was cold and rainy today. Last night, this week, it has been raining. I wanted to do this morning's stream outside, but the yard is waterlogged and cold. So we're doing something different in here. I ran out this morning and grabbed a couple of ingredients that I didn't have, so that way we could do something a little different, but I think you guys will like it. Yep. You guys getting weather this morning? So I know the birds this morning, I haven't even gone and really let them out. I checked on them, but loving the rain, she's saying. Sun is shining where you're at. A rarity. Well, see, we flopped weather today, huh? All right, Verna's showing how to drop the weather there. So weather in Franklin, conditions are sunny, temperature 51, wind is blowing from the west at 5 miles an hour. Yeah, and humidity's at 74. So it looks good there. Looks like we probably did flop weathers. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hop in. We got a few people in here. So hello, y'all. Welcome to the Spicy Kitchen again with Matt, the Grafted Branch Homestead. Today we got a couple things going on. So today, one, our chickens are in celebration. I went out and told them this morning they don't have to be Thanksgiving dinner. We have a frozen turkey that I need to pull out as soon as I get off this live stream. And we're going to be doing that for Thanksgiving. So the chickens are just going to be providing deviled eggs. So they are excited and they are celebrating. So because of that, we have a fall project or winter project going on. We're going to be using one of our leftover pumpkins here that's kind of getting shrivelly, and a few other ingredients. And we're going to give the chickens a good immune boost and anti-parasitic to get them going. Plus it's something they really like, so they can celebrate a little bit of Thanksgiving there on their part. Before we do that though, I'm going to be making a fall, winter, Thanksgiving style energy drink to give me a boost today to get going and doing the things I got to do. So we'll set the coffee aside now. And definitely not try and drink it all. Real pumpkin. Yeah, this is one of the ones we grew here. Real nice big pumpkin. So I like to use as many ingredients as we've grown. Now, of course, we can only do that with what we can. So I'm going to go ahead and get jumping into this energy drink. Let me grab a pot here. Oh yeah, all these were grown by us. Spicy's saying, say all the gourds you see were all ones that we grew, plus a bunch more all over. There's laying outside and everywhere. But for this energy drink recipe, it's going to be a cranberry style. You need my energy drink. Yes. So this is going to be a cranberry energy drink. So we have a bunch of fresh cranberries here. Of course, we didn't grow these. But I'm going to go ahead and put about 3 cups here into our pot. So we use 3 cups of cranberries. I'm going to want to put in either some honey or a sweetener, something like that, that's going to give that energy boost. So I got some real maple syrup. This one here is called Spring Tree Maple Syrup. That's why I bought it, because I wish it was spring right now. So you're going to want to use about 2 to 3 tablespoons of your sweetener. The maple syrup's really sweet, so I'm only going to use about 2 tablespoons, or about that much. Also to it, I'm going to add a couple sticks of cinnamon and 1 star anise. Is that how you say it? Star anise? Star anise? I don't know how you say that. Did you grow the raspberries? So I did not grow the cranberries. We did grow blackberries this year, but no, didn't do the cranberries. These I did buy from the store. I love raspberries though. That syrup looks like a whiskey bottle. It kind of does. That's what I thought when it was laying in the cart. But it's the fancy stuff, the good stuff, I guess. It's maple syrup from Canada. So we got our maple syrup, we got our cranberries, we got our cinnamon sticks, our star anise. Now we're going to need to cut up a few things. So let me reposition the camera a little bit here. Welcome here, Anise. Okay. Welcome here, by the way, Kianigo. Good to see you. All right, so the cranberries are a really good superfood as well. They're packed full of antioxidants and just all kinds of good things in there by themselves. So we're going to go ahead and put some vitamin C in here as well. So I got a couple big oranges, nice and washed. And so we're just going to slice those. And I will be straining all this out so I'll just throw it all in like that. You do want to make sure you wash them well because it's going in a drink. You're going to be boiling it in there, the outsides. Pronounced like anise, star anise. See, I say it wrong. Thank you, Verna. All right, got 2 large oranges in here. I'm going to want to use some lemon. And I want to use the juice from 1 to 2, depending on their size. I really like lemon juice, so I think I'm going to do 2 probably. Well, there's seeds in the strainer. Spicy Mom's telling me I don't need to use the strainer because this has holes in it. But I have seeds in the strainer. See? I guess it wouldn't matter anyways because I'm going to be straining it all out at the end, right? Oh, well. More dishes. I'm just creating more dishes. I'm good at creating dishes. Yeah, the edge of the peel. So, yep, I'm putting it all in there now. It's going to be boiled together, and then we'll strain it all out at the end. So I won't get any of the chunks in there. So we're just put things in there whole. Yep. All right. So we got our oranges, 2 large oranges sliced up. We got 2 lemons juiced in there. Our star anise, our cinnamon sticks, our maple syrup, our 3 cups of cranberries. I did it all without cutting myself. Thank you, Verna. Yeah, the whole drink's gonna be strained. It will. And now we're going to add a little bit of salt, and that's for electrolytes. So you can do that in different means, but I'm going to add about a teaspoon to 2 of salt in there. So that's all we're going to need for our energy drink. Now this does need to get to boiling, so we'll put it on the stove for 10 to 15 minutes. While this is doing that, we're going to hop in with our chicken celebration Thanksgiving-ish meal. All right, so I'm going to put a good amount of water in there, and we're going to get that boiling on the stove. Whoop. Can y'all see it? Oh yeah, that looks good. There we go. So we got that on high, and we'll get that boiling. There we go. Let's come back over here so we can get moving on our chicken delectables. Will chickens get the rinds later? So they'll be racing around the yard. So no, the energy drink's not for the chickens, and they definitely don't need it today. That rooster has been going all morning. No energy drink for the chickens. No, the chickens are going to get something different. So let me explain that. Let me go ahead and move off all my energy drink stuff here so we can get to the chicken stuff. And both the Silkies and I have 2 big flocks. Now you can give this to quail as well. My quail aren't going to get it because they're not really getting grit and things right now, and for some other reasons. But my 2 flocks of chickens are going to. So I'm going to take my pumpkin here, and we're going to cut this in half. And what we're doing is we're going to be giving them a treat that they love. That's something they only get twice a year or so, and really once. But anyways. And so it's something that they love, but it's also going to be packed with antiparasitics and stuff like that. It's going to give them a good boost here for the winter. The only ingredient I don't have here, and I will discuss when to put that in, is just because I ran out, is a food-grade diatomaceous earth really helps as well. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cut this pumpkin in 2. So I'm going to break the stem off if you can. And we'll split that pumpkin. I didn't. Can't really see the comments. That's okay. I'll get to them in a minute if y'all are saying stuff. So this pumpkin is a little bit older, but it's not rotten or anything like that. It's still good, and it's got a bunch of seeds. So awesome. Look, this seed was sprouting. Inside that pumpkin, that seed was going already. They'll love that one. You could smell the pumpkin. Yep. Okay, so our mixture here is going to consist of a few different ingredients. The main one being the pumpkin and the pumpkin seeds. The seeds are really important part. And I actually have another pumpkin here too. If I need to get more seeds, we can grab those, but we'll wait on that. So it's going to have that. Those pumpkin seeds are really what's going to help give that anti-parasitic. The other thing we're going to be adding is crushed red pepper, crushed cayenne peppers, for the same reason, as well as to really just help bolster their immune system. So we'll be putting some of that in there. I have a buttermilk, a cultured buttermilk. This is low fat. That's all I could find. Fat's better, but buttermilk, cultured buttermilk's gonna be nice for those birds. They love it. And then Verna's favorite here, we got some Stouffer's. It's actually a different brand, but stuffing mix. So this is going to give them a little bit of that Thanksgiving recipe or Thanksgiving celebration in their recipe, since they don't have to be the Thanksgiving dinner. Plus, they really love it. I don't suggest giving them a lot of this and trying to get one that doesn't have onion because they don't like the onion. It's not good for them. All right, first things first, we're going to scrape the seeds out of this pumpkin and some of the guts. Now, if you have old pumpkins just laying around, perfect time of year to do it, or you have old ones from Halloween, maybe if you were doing that. Oh, yuck, hate stuffing. It's Verna's favorite. All right, where did I put that spoon? Let me find my spoon. There it is. All right, got our 2 pumpkin halves. And I'm just going to go out scraping all the insides out. When they're a little bit older, it kind of dries out a little bit more and makes it easier. Unless it's molding. Look, there's a couple of them that are sprouting in here. There's some more on this side too. Another like 2 or 3 of them. I'm putting those ones aside. I'll just give those to the birds. They'll really enjoy it. And so we'll head out and give this to them when we're all done here. And I'll show a couple updates that I've been doing. And just kind of what the yard's looking like, what the garden's looking like here in our zone in New Mexico right now for late November. It is all wet for sure, though. So this is a job I actually don't like at all. I really don't like how the insides of the pumpkin feels, but that's just a me thing. They'll eat the pumpkin seeds kind of whole, but I like to grind them up. I really like to make sure that the mixture is nice and ground up. Now this is one you can actually even add to like their scratch grains and let that ferment for a day or two, and then give it to them fermented, and that's going to add even more probiotics and things in there for them for the winter to help bolster their immune system as it's starting to get cold and rainy and all. Another thing, I do a couple other things to help my birds with their immune systems as we're going into the winter. And that is I like to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar to their water. So when I water them in the mornings, I add a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I also take just a clove of garlic and I crush that. Not mashed up, but just kind of crushed. And I add that to the water as well. All right, now this doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to go ahead and serve the chickens right out of these halves. So they'll peck it all apart anyways. I do want to make sure there's no mold or anything. So as I'm going through this though, I'm making sure I'm not giving them mold. They don't need that. It can be deteriorating or beyond what I would want to eat, but not moldy. I can smell those cranberries from here. Can you hear them cooking in the background? We'll go take a look at it and see what it's doing as soon as I get these seeds out. There we go. So sorry I wasn't here last week to do the live. We had a lot of things going on. So we postponed it. But that happens a lot. And there was a baby here, yeah. Spices reminded me my niece was here, a newborn niece. So she was here, and that was a lot of fun. We got to hang out. Let me take my gloves off and I'll... Pumpkin guts, yummy, Mr. Landfill says. Yep. Nope, you can only hear the scraping of the pumpkin. Yeah, I missed y'all last week. Starting to get going, starting to bubble up a little bit. It's going to need a little more than 10. I think it needs 10 minutes at it boils, so that's all right. We're doing good on time. All these other pumpkins get to sit up here and watch me massacre their brethren. All right, so I got my seeds and the guts. I'm going to go ahead and add cayenne pepper. They can eat a lot of it, and it's not hot for them. The capsaicin, they don't really taste. It really does help as to get rid of parasites and stuff in their system. So I do add a fairly good amount of that. My house is going to smell so good, yeah. The buttermilk I'm not going to add quite yet because we just want to do that to really give it that consistency. There's no set measurements on this. All the measurements here are going to be about that much. So I'm going to take my stuffing, and I did check on the herbs and things that are in here are okay for the birds. I did forget something for that energy drink. Just a moment. So I'm going to use the stuffing. The herbs are all fine, but I'm not going to give that bottom. All the herbs like to fall to the bottom of this bag, all the kind of mix. I'm just not going to include all that. If some of it falls, that's fine. But I'm going to try and keep most of that in here. So they're really just getting most of the bread. Although the herbs are good, the rosemary and all that, that's still good for them. Okay, so we'll mix that up a little bit. Super simple. We're going to add some buttermilk. And I'll just add a little bit in here, and then we'll mix it up, and then we'll add more if we need. That buttermilk's nice and thick, and they really enjoy it. I know. The dog's over here wanting some or something. I have my hand mixer, and I'm just going to mix that up. We do need a bunch more buttermilk. I don't like the way buttermilk smells. And I'm really trying to grind up the pumpkin. So the pumpkin's on the bottom. I put that in first. So that works out well. The bread's all floating to the top, so I'm not really mashing that up. Ooh, my thing fell apart. I guess probably blending up the pumpkin first and then adding the other ingredients might be the better way to go. I think I broke my thing. Bear with me for a moment. We're going to have to run outside after I get this. We'll go deliver this to the chickens right away and grab the other ingredient we need. Well, I think my thing has had it. So that's about as blended as it's going to get. That's all right. It doesn't need to be super blended. Just so that those pumpkin seeds are broken apart into smaller pieces. So the birds can eat them much easier. There we go. We'll get rid of that. And I do suggest doing this. I don't normally add the breadcrumbs. Actually, I do. I add bread itself, but I normally throw that in at the end just to give it some consistency. I was wanting to do this with a little bit of a Thanksgiving twist, so we did stuffing. But I would go ahead and add that in at the end just so it gives it a better consistency instead. There we go. The one for the silkies doesn't need a whole lot. We'll give most of it to the other birds. There we go. Yum. Okay, so we got that. Doesn't that look appetizing? I think because I added those breadcrumbs though, and blended them in, I'm going to add a little something else here too. Just a few. I'm going to put a little bit of Cheerios in it. I give them something else to grab at or to peck at. There we go. All right. So we will be taking this outside. Y'all going to look at the door for a minute? At the dirty wall? Let's see. Yep. All right, I got to take off my shoes so we can switch those out. Hey, still got 5 y'all in here. Awesome. Okay, so we got to go grab some rosemary and then deliver these to those birds. So let's go out and do that. All right, cool. So we'll get these guys theirs first. You guys happy you don't have to be Thanksgiving dinner? See, they see those Cheerios, it gives them something to kind of peck at. So will those seed pieces in there. But once they get their interest, then they'll really go at it. Cool. Success. Let's give the other birds theirs. Now, I hadn't let the other ones out here yet. We've had a hawk trying to get them, and yesterday it almost got one of them. So when I'm not out here, I've been trying to keep them in as much as possible, just for now until they're done. We'll end up coming back outside at the very end of my stream, because I do want to just show a couple updates for anyone that's interested. Here's Fritz, the baby. They've been getting along pretty good. He likes to follow me, or she, whatever it is. I know, Fritz. Stay in there. I'm going to open it up a little bit so they can run around. Let's see. See, they're loving that pumpkin too. Look at that. Oh, Fritz, stay in here. Stay in, Fritz. We got to get back to our energy drink. Okay, I'm going to open these doors so they can move around through here. There we go. That way little Fritz can escape. All right, they will eat up their treat. You guys don't have to be Thanksgiving dinner. Yay! All right, you guys celebrate. And we're going to grab an ingredient here to go in our energy drink. Now this we don't want to boil the whole time, so it'll burn and it can kind of make your energy drink taste bitter. But we'll put it in at the end, and that is rosemary. So we get a sprig of rosemary here. There we go. Oh no, it was all garbled. Darn. Did you guys get to see them at least? Sorry. One of these days we'll have the stream that's not all garbled. Hopefully you guys got to see and hear a little bit though. I don't know how much of it was garbled or not, but they loved it. If you didn't see, they're happy. They enjoyed. Yes. It was only for a second? Oh, okay. All right. So we're good. I haven't used any pesticides or anything, so I have to make sure there's no bugs on it. Bird poop, I guess. So we got our rosemary. We're going to go and throw that in here. It's probably been more than 10, 15 minutes, but that's okay. We're going to let that go for a couple minutes, and then we'll strain it all out. No real issues. Oh, good. No, it doesn't need to be mashed. I'm just going to strain it. So one of my strainers melted, though. What? Can you smell it? Let's take a look at it. It is red. Maybe it's a good idea I didn't use spices. Good pan. There we go. We'll give it a good stir. It smells good. Very cranberry. I need metal strainers. I know, Verna. I do. I have one little one that I used for the kombucha and all, but I do. I need a good set of strainers. That's what I need. All right. So we're going to turn this off, and I'm going to pull it aside for just a second so it can cool just a little bit before I pour it in the plastic strainer. We'll give that a good stir. It's going to need to cool anyways before I can drink it. So I might have to go outside and do my little update before we have our energy drink. We might have to do that at the end. Although I do have ice now. Okay, so let's let that sit for a moment off the burner. We're going to let that cool, and we're going to head back outside. No, it'll be all right. We're going to go back outside. I'm going to give just a little bit of update. So this is my first update on the Silky Coop. Whether you care or not, if you're in the stream, it's a forced one. I guess you could always click out, but anywho, we'll give it on that and a little bit on the garden. So we have had our first frost. It's not too cold right now. It's still getting pretty warm in the day. So there are still some things that are going, but a majority of it's dying off. So the carrots right now are really yummy. They're still good. We actually still have a lot of tomatoes on here. And we went through and picked a bunch, but there's still ones going. Look at that. I'll have to come back. Maybe. No. Anyways, we need to come through and glean, right? Okay. There we go. Most everything's dead, though. Kale's still doing good. I'm still letting the peppers go. Some I trimmed down and took. Some are still going. Look, there's some lavender there. All right, so the garden's mostly gone, but you know, a few things going. Once the strawberries die off a little bit more, I'll put some straw down. I'm gonna kind of let this whole bed be strawberries next year, and then the asparagus is dying off now. All right, I'm just leaving the leaves and all that on the ground this year as a ground cover since I didn't plant a ground cover. Your flowers are still blooming. Cool. Oh, very cool. Okay, so Silky Coop cup updates, forced updates. Here we go. Anyone that wants or doesn't. So I'm almost all the way done. As far as timelines, I'm blowing that a little bit. My new one must have it done by the end of November, so I think I'm going to be there. We got it all buttoned up and sealed up, so animals cannot get in it. I'm going to take my phone off here. I got the roof on the Silky Coop. And then the nesting box is almost done. If you watched my little short the other day, I've been working on the electrical system on it. So almost got that done. I'd give my build about a 96, 97% done, maybe a little bit more. Got the solar system all in. I just need to pull the wires tight, put the caps on everything, the closure, and button it all up. And that's the bar and all that needs to go in. So a few things in here. This solar panel needs to go up there. As far as water, though, it rained hard and not a drop inside the coop or the box. So that is good news. As far as in here, that tarp is soaked. Pretty dry in here, though, so that's good news. That's pretty exciting. Yeah, that water's holding in there, so I think I'll put a beam up there so it doesn't do that. But our little window got steamed up. Yeah, but it looks like everything's holding up. I did go ahead, Steve, I don't know if you're still in here, but I did go ahead and get one of these billboard tarps. I think this is what you were talking about. That's what came up when I did it. But this is perfect size for a couple things I'm going to need in here. It's going to go up back here, actually, to keep that dry. There's little Fritz. Hopefully, if it doesn't get all garbled out here, too, but maybe. There we go. Everything is wet. Now, with getting the solar system installed on here, I have had this solar one go out. So this battery, I don't know if the battery's bad or the solar charge controller. I've been tearing it all apart actually and reworking this one. Now this is a good example though of something I did that I knew I shouldn't do. So originally when I had my solar system plan set up, or what I wanted to do really, it was that each off-grid structure had its own power system. And the reason I wanted to do that, so like this has its own, this has its own, that one has its own, the greenhouse has its own. I wanted to do that in case a system does fail, everything doesn't go out in the yard. Also, it's easier and cheaper to do small systems instead of bigger ones out here. I don't need large power draw. And that worked out really well. So originally I had that going. The chicken solar system went down, and I was able just to tie it over into the quail shack one very easily and keep it going. So that was the plan. Now, the plan should have continued that I fixed the chicken system, but it didn't. It just remained with the quail one. So now that the quail system's out, everything's out except for the new one. So I think I should have stuck with my original plan there of just giving them I'm sorry, I got distracted. I should have stuck with my original plan of doing each system. The birds are being noisy. They're going nuts. Yep. So we're going to go in, we're going to strain and taste that energy drink, and then probably hop off today. My goal today was to be at about 45 minutes, so that should work out well. And for those of you that are still in here, thanks for sticking through today's stream. I do appreciate it. All right, let's head in and we'll try out that energy drink. There we go. Cool. And then the stuff in the greenhouse, I guess I'll show that real fast. In this side of the yard real quick. So garlic's doing great. It's real happy. I wish I had planted more, but we're still going to have the biggest harvest we have had of that so far. The greenhouse, I'm just leaving it closed. It's staying warm for now. Everything's still happy for now in here. All right. Let's go try out our cranberry energy drink here. Take off my shoes. That smells good. Okay. Trying not to make a mess. I need a mess. There we go. I'm going to go get a tray of ice because I'm going to put this on ice. I did make a mess everywhere. Look at that. There we go. Okay, we'll do something with the rest of that in a bit here. Let's see if I can find, we'll just get a paper towel. I'm giving Spice a heart attack, I think. All right. So now we're going to get the ice. Let me go grab that. Is it a concentrate? No. I guess it's concentrated, right? So we boiled down the cranberries, the oranges, the lemons, the cinnamon, star anise, maple syrup, salt. I think that's everything that went in there. And this is to give us our energy boost today. So let's try this out. Let's get a nice good cup here and rinse it clean. No dust in it. And rosemary, that's right. We put some rosemary in there too. Why not strain it in the sink? Well, I was trying to show everyone. I was trying to do it on camera. That would have been a much better idea, Verna, yes. I think it's just because I like to make things difficult. It looks like a concentrate for sure, huh? Okay, let's have a taste. There, and there we have our fall, winter, Thanksgiving style cranberry drink. So let me flip this camera around so I can see the comments and we'll give that a try. To finish up today's stream, it does look like a concentrate though. Look how deep and dark that is. Let's see. I smell that rosemary for sure. Smells sweet. That was good. You want to try?
It looks like a Shirley Temple.
It looks like a Shirley Temple. It's a cranberry energy drink I made.
Here you go.
What do you think?
I like it.
Now blend all that was cooked and you can eat that as well. Yeah. You want to say the goodbye with me since you're here just in time?
Okay.
We'll say the hi bye. Let's go over here. They say, hey, Casey. He popped in to say hi. All right. So we're gonna hop off. Hey, you're off this week, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you, maybe we should do a stream this week?
Oh yeah.
A T1 where we sit and talk like we've done.
That'd be fun.
It's been a minute. Maybe we'll do that. We'll plan on that. Now I can't promise because things get crazy and I do that every week. But you have the week off, and so we'll try and make that something that happens. Okay? And we'll have. We could take the viewers thrifting.
Yeah.
We got to go to thrift stores to look for a dresser. Maybe we'll take everyone with us this week.
Yeah, or we could go on a bike ride.
Mm-hmm. So there's some options we can do. Did you want to try? You sure? It's really good. You like cranberry. Well, I'll put you here. Look, you can be right here. Like right there. You're off camera.
That's good.
Isn't that good?
And it's not like super sweet.
It's not really super sweet or super sour cranberry. It's a good balance.
I have to dilute the one
Yeah.
to buy because it's too much sugar for me.
It doesn't taste super sweet or super
You know what?
strong or
The
sour.
salt.
The salt probably cut, yeah. But it does. It tastes really good, doesn't it? And
You
it's
know what I just realized?
it's kind of even a little bubbly. I don't
You
know.
know those energy drinks I was making myself with orange and salt?
Mhm.
This is that, but probably healthier because it's
Yeah, very very healthy, very good. Probably get you regular too.
honey. Cranberry's good for
Oh, that's not what
your-
cranberries do. No, just kidding.
I don't know what to do with y'all.
All right, you want to say it?
Stay strong and do the
You guys stay strong, do the things. Everyone have a good week. Thanks for being here and joining me this morning. Our goal is to take you on a couple trips this week, so we'll try and do that together and have some fun doing that. Bye, y'all. Have a good one. Oh, yep. Yes, okay. Well, they'll help with that then. You guys all have a good one, and make yourself a cranberry energy drink and keep your urinary tract clean.